In this section, we are going to discuss motion in a straight line. First, the path or path length. The line joining the successive position of a moving object is called its path. So if it joins the successive positions of a moving body, a path is formed. The length of actual path is between the initial and final position, and the actual length between the initial and final position is called distance travelled by the body, and distance is a scalar quantity. Here you see direction. Generally upward direction is taken north, and a man are moving in such a way. Then distance travelled by the man is 7 kilometer, not the 5 kilometer or 2 kilometer. Total distance travelled by man is 7 kilometer. See the next one. Now what's travelled 5 kilometer in forward direction and returns back to the same position. So total distance travelled is 10 kilometer. Now the displacement. Displacement is directed line segment joining the initial and final position of a moving body. Means the shortest distance between initial and final position of a moving body is displacement. It is a vector quantity. Again see what will be here the displacement, as we have taken earlier, 5 kilometer north, then 2 kilometer towards northeast. So the displacement is from initial to final position, and see its direction. It is directed from initial to final along this direction, and it not be the 7 kilometer, because if we remember class 10 maths, the sum of two sides of a triangle is always greater than the third side. So this length will be less than 7 kilometer. See the another illustration as we have taken in the displacement also. Now the initial and final position is coinciding, so displacement is 0 kilometer, but the total distance is 10 kilometer. Now in general way, if a body changes from one position x1 to another position x2, then the displacement del x in time interval del t is equal to t2 minus t1 is del x, which is the displacement, equal to x2 minus x1. Now some facts about displacement. Displacement is a vector quantity. Its unit is of the length. The displacement of an object in a given interval of time can be positive, can be zero, or may be negative. The actual distance travelled by an object in a given time interval can be equal to or greater than the magnitude of the displacement. So distance cannot be negative. The displacement of an object between two points does not tell exactly how the objects initially moved between those points, because displacement only gives the idea between the initial and final position. The displacement of a particle between 2 points is a unique path which can take the particle from its initial to final position. The displacement of an object is not affected due to the shift in the origin of the position axis. Now here see the distance travelled, it will be the actual length, means ACB, but the displacement will be directed from A to B. Now the difference between distance and displacement. Distance is a scalar quantity while displacement is a vector. Distance travelled by a moving body cannot be zero, but displacement can be zero. Here the two words came, scalar and vector. Now what is a scalar? The scalar quantity is a physical quantity which has magnitude only, while the vector is a physical quantity which has magnitude and direction both. Example of a scalar, we can take length, mass, time, speed, energy, work, while the vector, displacement, velocity, acceleration, momentum, force. What is pressure? Can you say? Pressure is a scalar or vector? Pressure is force per unit thrust, and thrust is perpendicular direction force. So the thrust is a scalar. So here that is thrust per unit area, that is the pressure. So thrust is a scalar, area is a scalar, so pressure is a scalar quantity. Thrust is perpendicular component of the force, that we will see while we discuss the resolution of vectors along x-axis and y-axis. Now what is speed? The time rate of change of distance of a particle is called speed. Here see, change of distance, time rate of change of distance is known as speed. So speed equal to distance travelled by time taken, or we can say V equal to S by T. Since speed equal to distance by time, so speed is a scalar quantity. Speed cannot be negative, either it is positive or zero. And the speed of any vehicle is measured by speedometer. And in CGS unit, its unit will be centimeter per second, while in SI system, its unit will be meter per second. Or if the distances are more, time is large, then sometimes in our daily life we used to represent the speed in kilometer per hour. Generally the speed of train or the speed limit you will find written on the near the road, that is the speed limit, that is in kilometer per hour, not in meter per second or centimeter per second. Now what is the uniform speed? A particle is said to be moving with uniform speed if it covers equal distances in equal interval of time, however small these intervals may be. Means equal distances covered in equal interval of time, then the speed is uniform. Like here see, Now the variable speed, if the we can say equal distances in equal interval of time is not covered, in the same way we can say unequal distances in equal interval of time, then the speed is variable. Once again see, now what is the average speed? When a body moves with variable speed, the average speed is the ratio of total distance travelled by it to the total time taken. That is average speed. So average speed is equal to total distance travelled by total time taken, or V average equal to S total by T total. Now see, if a particle covers first half of the total distance with a speed A and second half with a speed B, then V average is equal to twice AB by A plus B. And if the particle covers first 1/3 of the distance with a speed A, second 1/3 of the distance with speed B, and third 1/3 of the distance with speed C, then V average equal to thrice ABC by AB plus BC plus CA. So this formula, if we keep in our mind, will helpful to solve the numerical problems. Now the instantaneous speed. The speed of the body at any instant of the time is called instantaneous speed. Now the position time graph. If the body position of the body doesn't change with time, see here the time is changing but x remains same. So this graph is for the stationary object, position time graph of a stationary object. Now if equal distances travelled in equal interval of time, then position time graph will pass through origin. Now you see, it is for the non-uniform motion, or we can say the variable speed, and equal distances travelled in equal interval of time. So it is the position time graph. Now the velocity. The time rate of change of displacement of a particle is called velocity. So velocity equal to displacement by time taken, or here a vector notation. V vector equal to S vector by T, where this S vector is displacement. Once again, we should here see the velocity equal to displacement by time, and displacement is the initial to final position and directed from initial to final. So it is a vector quantity displacement. So velocity is a vector quantity. The direction of velocity is the same as the direction of displacement of the body. So at any point we should see just neighboring points in which direction we can draw the displacement line. That will be the direction of velocity. Velocity, as the displacement can be positive, negative or zero, so displacement can be, velocity can be positive, zero or negative. How velocity can be changed? Velocity can be changed by changing the speed of the body, or by keeping the speed constant but by changing the direction. So there are two methods to change the velocity: by changing the speed or by changing the direction. Velocity is measured in CGS system centimeter per second, in SI system meter per second, and in practical life kilometer per hour. Remember this one, 1 meter per second means if we convert 1 meter per second in kilometer per hour, it is equal to 18 by 5 kilometer per hour. So if a speed of a body is 5 meter per second, then that will be 18 kilometer per hour, or 1 kilometer per hour is 5 by 18 meter per second. Now as we have taken the uniform speed, uniform velocity, then non-uniform speed, instantaneous speed, the same way we will take uniform velocity. If a body covers equal displacements in equal interval of time, then the velocity is called uniform velocity. Variable, unequal displacement in equal interval of time, or if its speed or direction or both changes with time, then we say velocity is variable. Now the average net displacement or total displacement covered by it to the total time taken. This ratio is average velocity. So average velocity equal to net displacement by total time taken, or V average equal to, here V average means vector sign if we give, then it will be velocity. So here the total displacement by total time. For a body moving with uniform acceleration, that is V average equal to initial velocity plus final velocity by 2 for the uniform acceleration. If not, then we will see in the next. Now average velocity is also defined. Now how we induce calculus to a study velocity. Average velocity is also defined as change in position or displacement del x divided by time interval del t in which displacement occurs. So V average equal to x2 minus x1, it is del x by t2 minus t1, that is del t. So V average equal to del x by del t. And if this time interval is very small, let it be tends to 0, then limit of del t tends to 0, del x by del t is dx by dt, derivative of x with respect to time. It is about the speed and velocity.